Welcome back, folks, to another album review. Today we'll be looking at the long-awaited third studio album, Disparity, from British metalcore band Ocean's 8 Alaska. The first new material since 2017's Hikari, with a lengthy album not overstaying its welcome, combining a nice mix of the modern metalcore sound with lots of techniques and sounds coming from the gent side. And gent, for those that don't know or aren't in the loop, is a genre of progressive metal involving lower tunings, usage of 7 or 8 string guitars, etc. So, does this hodgepodge of gent and metalcore work as a result? Disparity brings us back with full force with a nice groovy intro on the track Paradigm. Nova and Metamorph hitting on all the right notes for what we expect for the band, with the latter of the two tracks literally asking, "Did you miss me?" Lo-fi samples are littered throughout this record, especially on the intro to Soul, a nice soft but heavy cut on the record. We get hit with relentless drums and musicianship all around on the track Dead Behind the Eyes, a tune that proves how heavy this band can go. This track also has the lone feature on the record with Eric Vanlerberghe of I Prevail, who more than holds his own on this heavy romp of a track. But heavy doesn't even begin to describe it when you go to the next song, Plague Speech, whose breakdown is just filled with vast openness as it hits hard and it hits low. Then immediately after, as a nice little break, the Interlude title track plays with a lot of those lo-fi elements to build a nice little bridge to the last batch of tracks, including a nice meld into the song Empty Space, which is probably the softest yet most emotional sounding song on the record, which doesn't say a lot. The one thing they all have in common is that it can be defined as cohesive chaos, if that makes any sense. There's always so much going on, and I never got bored or got left with a dull moment. It was damn near perfect from beginning to end. There aren't many negatives to this album, as this album is, as I mentioned, is purely perfect. The only true downside of this album is that it wasn't enough. As I stated in the beginning, this record isn't fairly long, only sitting at just over half an hour, which isn't a bad thing, just maybe one more song to bring it in a little bit. It doesn't come around too much an album I can listen to back to back nonstop without getting bored, but this album does exactly that, and I love every second of it. With the heaviness of the gent, the melodies from the metalcore, and the overall inclusion of the lo-fi samples make this a strong contender for Album of the Year, and that is no hyperbole. I have some upcoming albums hoping to claim that throne, but until then, Disparity gets a 10 out of 10. Let me know what you think of the album. Was it banging, or did you kind of feel meh about it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you next time when we tackle some German electronic ore. Cheers.